Bentar.
I have no idea how this doctor managed to do it, but her case of Elazar was completely stable for all the years that Kale was with them. However, Kale's days with the Fatui were anything but pleasant. Kale is a resilient individual and always tries to appear cheerful, but her experience with the Fatui has left deep scars. Even now, she can still feel deathly afraid of someone touching her.
Kale's been through so much suffering.
Oh, by the way, Paimon, Kale wanted me to tell you that she's sorry for scaring you yesterday. She also wanted both of you to know that she's sorry for hiding her illness.
She doesn't need to apologize. None of this is her fault at all.
Well said. I hope you'll get a chance to tell her that in person the next time you see her. Kale once thought that it would be impossible for her to have any real friendships. I trust that you two will never let my trainee experience such emotional pain again.
Don't worry, Tainari. We'll take good care of her.
Well, it's not too serious at this point. She overexerted herself the last couple of days, which is what led her to break down this time. As long as she has taken her medicine and gets plenty of rest, she should get better. Though I must admit that Kale's condition was much more stable when she first arrived here in Gandharvaville. She was interested in the work of the forest rangers the moment she saw us. I could see that she was serious about learning, so I felt compelled to ask her to join us. Her stamina has gotten much worse recently. Though a moderate amount of physical exercise is always necessary, I'm afraid the long-distance patrols are a little too much for her now. Alright, now that I've told you about Kale's past, I think I'll head into the rainforest to find some ingredients needed for her medicine. I'll see you two later.
Yeah, we'd like to do something to help Kale too.
Alright, but I must warn you two. The rainforest is a dangerous place, especially for someone who's still recovering, like the Traveler. You must follow closely and listen to every instruction.
No problemo!
Let's go then. We'll be looking for a plant known as the Nilot Pala Lotus. It's often used to help those afflicted with Elazar recover their energy.
Hey, Tainari? Where exactly are we going to find this plant?
Nilot Pala Lotuses can be found all over the rainforest, but it often grows right here around Gandharvaville.
Given the name, it sounds like we should be looking for it in the water.
You are correct. The Nilot Pala Lotus grows in the water. When fully matured, they look like giant blue flowers floating on the water's surface. Quite an attractive species, if you ask me. The large petals are actually the plant's leaves and sepals, which surround a very small flower. You should note that many of the plants found in Sumeru have names that are contrary to their species. Take the Cowpelata, for example. The plant is not a lotus at all, but rather a vine. And then there's the Sumeru rose, which is not a rose, and is completely contrary to its name.
Okay then. Note to Paimon, never bring up the topic of flowers with Tainari.
There should be Nilot Pala Lotuses growing somewhere in this area. Let's split up and begin searching. If you could manage to gather 4 of them, that would be sufficient. We'll rendezvous here once you've gathered the needed amount.
Alright, we've gathered enough Nilot Pala Lotuses. Let's head back to meet Tainari. Hey Tainari, we found the lotuses you requested.
Let me have a look. Good. Very good. These are all excellent quality. I'm glad you two came along. Your exploration experience helped save me a lot of time here. It seems we even have enough time to stock up on other things I need.
Hey, Tainari!
Oh, Tainari, someone's calling your name. They're dressed like a forest ranger.
Ah, yes, that's Amir and the others. But didn't they just set off not too long ago? What are they doing back so early? Let's go find out what's going on.
Tainari, thank goodness we found you here. We were just about to head back and find you at Gandharvaville.
What's going on?
We just discovered a withering zone.
The withering is back? But the patrol route you were on should have been already cleared just a week ago. It reappeared so quickly. Can you tell me the exact location?
It's up ahead, deep in the river valley. It's appeared in a spot that blocks nearly the entire narrow part of the valley area, so we decided to come find you as quickly as possible.
And the radius of the contamination?
Sorry, I couldn't get a clear enough view to tell.
No one in our patrol team had a vision, and it appeared to still be spreading. So we didn't risk getting any closer.
Okay, I understand. You made the right decision. I'll go deal with it right away. In the meantime, please guide these two back to Gandharvaville.
Wait, Tainari, why don't you let us help you?
You two have only just arrived in Sumeru. You're still unfamiliar with many things in these lands. There's a unique type of anomaly that occurs in the Sumeru rainforest. It's called the withering. The affected areas not only cause nearby vegetation to wither, but it's also lethal to wildlife and even people. If you don't carry a vision, then you should think twice before approaching such places.
Yes, Amir is absolutely right. I wasn't kidding when I said the rainforest is a dangerous place. As Amir said, only someone with a vision, that is, the power to manipulate elements, will be able to resist the withering's corrosive effects for a time.
That's right. If any of the forest rangers without a vision come across a withering zone, we first make a record of the location and then have a ranger with the proper abilities deal with it, like Tainari here. Only someone with a vision can venture within a withering zone and find a way to deal with it. But you don't seem to carry a vision.
Don't worry, he may not have a vision, but he's a real pro at using the power of the elements. Don't sweat it. We've helped others deal with similar situations before.
Wait, you've met other forest rangers before? I was planning to properly show you both how to identify the withering before you left Gandharvaville. Anyway, since you two are experienced adventurers, come with me. I'm sure you'll both be able to help.
Hey, look! That gloomy area over there looks like a withering zone. Even though Paimon's seen one before, it's still kinda scary.
All right, Traveler. We're about to enter the withering zone. Since you already have experience dealing with these things, you should already know what to do. But please remember, don't push yourself. If at any point it becomes too much, return outside the zone and take a breather. It could become a matter of life and death. You ready then? Let's go. First, we must locate any branches sustaining the withering zone.
Rise!
Great work. Now that all the branches have been cleared, we'll need to take care of the tumor.
This is power for what? Huh?
Not now. Cole, learn to command.
Higher, higher, dance on fire!
Gather!
No, my sword!
My guiding stars.
See? Go!
Stabilize!
Now, destroy the tumor of the withering.
Oh iya, tinggal ini doang.
We did it! Everything's returning to normal now.
Yes. Thanks to you two, we were able to quickly restore this area back to normal.
Tainari? You make it sound like we did well, but why does Paimon have the feeling you're worried about something?
It's that obvious, huh? Alright, it's like this. Recently, the rate at which withering zones appear has been increasing. Even though we were able to quickly clear that withering zone, it won't be long before another one appears. If that simply meant more work for me, then that wouldn't be an issue. But it's far more severe than that. The withering is leaving lasting effects on the rainforest itself. For instance, even though we cleared out the withering zone, many of the plants that were affected will not recover. This presents a crisis for the ecosystem itself. Many plants in the rainforest are already in decline, directly impacting the wildlife that depends on those plants. And most disturbingly, as the appearances of withering zones have started to increase, Kale's case of Elazar has also become more serious.
Huh? But why's that?
I'm still not sure of the exact reason. However, I've received word from acquaintances at the academia that similar cases are being reported for patients with other conditions. No, none that we know of. The withering has been recorded in Sumeru for millennia. It's said that it originates from the depths of the world. Oh, by the way, have you heard of Irminsul before? Irminsul is a tree located deep beneath the surface. Although it isn't like any tree we know in a biological sense, you can basically think of it as a large tree that grows downwards rather than upwards. I'm sure you've heard of ley lines, right? They're like the roots of Irminsul, spreading and extending from a massive cavern deep underground all the way up to the surface. Ley lines continually absorb the memories of this world, which are then funneled into Irminsul, allowing it to collect knowledge and wisdom from ancient times to present day. The Dendro Archon is known as the god of wisdom because her consciousness is directly connected to it. It is also said that the Dendro Archon's power is a manifestation of Irminsul. And as for the withering, its emergence is related to a disease that's affecting it. That's right. My ancestors learned of this from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's familiars a long time ago, but even those mysterious creatures did not know of a cure for Irminsul. I'm afraid we rangers will be battling the withering zones here for a long time, until a cure is found. Alright, that's enough on this topic for the time being. Now that we've taken care of things here, it's time for us to head back to Gandharvaville.
Tainari, you all made it back. How did it go?
The withering zone you reported has been taken care of. No need to worry. Huh? Wait, is that? Oh no, Hypatia!
Huh? What's wrong, Tainari?
This Duskbird is Hypatia's designated courier for urgent news. You do remember her, don't you? She's the scholar you and Paimon were following when you first arrived in Sumeru.
Oh, her? How could we forget? So did something happen?
Let me see what's written in the letter first.
So what's it say? And what's with that weird expression on your face? Just let Paimon read it. Huh? All Paimon sees are 3 squiggly lines.
Yes, allow me to explain. After we brought you from Hypatia's cave to Gandharvaville, Hypatia resumed her meditation. She must have just finished. It's been nearly 3 days since she's had anything to eat, and it appears she's forgotten to prepare some rations. This letter is her asking us for help. We need to go.
What? You mean she's been sitting there for 3 days? Hey, wait, how did you know all that from just a few lines on the paper?
Well, obviously because this has happened before. Last time she drew 5 lines, and by the time we found her... Well, I'd prefer not to remember that. Needless to say, Hypatia's been through worse, but we should still get to her as quickly as possible. I've got some emergency rations set aside for times like these. Paimon, Traveler, could you two bring these to her?
Wait, you want us to bring her the rations? But will the Traveler be okay if her cave is still filled with that funny incense?
Let's find out. Here, Traveler, take a smell and see. So, how do you feel?
Huh? Really? You're not feeling even a little drowsy? But wait, how'd you know that he'd be okay this time, Tainari?
Back when we were clearing the Withering Zone, I observed that he could adeptly manipulate the Dendro element. I knew then that he would be fine. And if I may ask, when I was telling you two about Irminsol's ley lines, was what I described similar at all to what you saw when you were unconscious? That's correct. Those weren't hallucinations at all, though I don't intend to apologize for deceiving you. Because what you saw is of significant importance. Not just for the nation of Sumeru, but the entire world of Tevat. My forefathers were shown much favor by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. We took an oath to protect this nation together with her. Now that that duty has fallen to me, it was a part of my responsibilities to ascertain whether you could be entrusted with the fate of Sumeru. Now, after seeing you in action with my own eyes, you have earned my confidence, and I no longer feel the need to hide any secrets from you. When you passed out, your consciousness had connected directly with Irminsul. What you witnessed were actually real memories contained within Irminsul itself. I could try to tell you more, but it would be better if you went to ask Hypatia instead. Her focus on meditation and use of Spirit Borneal are aimed at establishing a connection with Irminsul, just as you did.
That sounds nice and all, but will she really help us? Seriously, she completely ignored us the last time we tried talking to her.
That was because when you ran into her, she was in a special phase of her training. During that time, she must avoid communicating with others. Please, wait here for a moment. Here, take these. It's a meal I packed for Hypatia, as well as some other ingredients. I'm sure it'll come in handy. Also, here's a letter that I would like you to give to her. Just show it to her, and she'll answer any questions you may have.
Thank you.
No, I should be the one thanking you. You've both been a great help these last few days.
With the wind.
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing. Hello? Hypatia? Hey, there's nobody here. Maybe she went out to look for some food. Let's try looking around the area.
Udah turun. Arah-arah lagi, cowok. Boleh.
There you are. Hypatia, are you alright?
So hungry. Eat water.
There's no way we can get her to eat in her current condition. Let's try finding some water first. Huh? Wait. Why does it look super foggy outside all of a sudden? Anyway, let's go look around. Huh? How'd things out here end up looking like this? What happened? And where are we? Really? Oh, maybe you're right. Let's go investigate the area.
Nah, terus nggak dikasih minum dulu tadi? Parah, cok, ditinggalin.
Wow, this place is huge. I knew there's something off about that cave. Let's think of a way to get over there and have a closer look. Who knows? Maybe we'll find a lead of some kind. Not now. Stars, shine for me.
Hilang. Ini di mana? Right. Sabar, sabar. Apaan? Gede banget anjir. Hah? Lah kok kayak Inazuma, Cok? Lah,
Huh? What happened just now? Why'd everything around us suddenly change?
lah kok jadi Inazuma anjir? Iya, cok, nggak ada 5 apa anjir. Hah? Panda. Prevail Roshan in the winds. Oh. Alright, kita kemana lagi?
Go! Phew!
Pesan gue dari situ tadi. Kok ada record sih memang?
Stabilize.
Rain cutter! Rain outlines your fate! Know my sword!
The night is cold.
Time to go! Go!
This is order.
Let me weave you a verse. Rain outlines your...
My guiding stars. Don't be scared.
Higher, higher, hands on fire!
Ada aja di sini. Oh, nggak usah lewat anjir. Hah? Kok jadi kupu-kupu aku, Cok? Wow. Video berikutnya.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share? Every journey has its final day. Don't rush.
Lah,
Gather.
uranium dan cocok.
Crumble.
Kenapa anjir? Suruh ke sono.
Quake. Rise.
Allahumma ada ini anjir.
Yeah. Crumble.
Mana lagi nih? Lah Inazuma lagi anjir.
What in Tibet is going on here? This place is getting weirder by the minute. Hey, what's the matter? You don't look so good.
Quake.
Oh. Lah. Kok jadi gambar?
Rise.
Mana? Bolak-balik aja. Mana?
Well. Looks like we meet again, traveler.
The Abyss Herald! What are you planning to do in this strange place?
Strange place. Plotting. You needn't worry about such things. They don't concern you.
Nggak pada bicara.
Solidify. Order guide you.
Body and mouth. No, my sword! Witness the power of Gugwa!
The night is cold. Stars, Shakti! God's over!
Gather.
My guiding stars!
No time. managed to avert countless crises before. Your good fortune was bound to end sooner or later. It's time you realize how weak and powerless you really are. Your sister. Oh, pitiful traveler. Are you really so ignorant? Or are you just living in complete denial? Her Highness has long since forsaken you. Your meager existence in her eyes is that of an annoying bug, only to be stepped upon. The bonds of love and family which drive you to find your sibling are utterly gone. Your journey is meaningless. But don't you fret now. Today will be your last. Now die!
Nara nih. Ah, elah.
What do we do? We haven't seen Hypatia anywhere out here. Oh, there she is! Quick, let's see how she's doing.
So sweet.
Well, the good news is that she's still conscious. Hey, why'd you drop her food on the floor like that? Are you okay? That's really not like you. Anyways, we can talk about this later. We better make sure she's alright first. Whoa! Wait a sec. Look at all this fruit lying around her. We can put that to good use.
Who is there? Tainari, is that you? Huh?
It's okay. You can relax, Hypatia. Tainari sent us here to bring you some food and water.
Okay.
I see. So, you're friends of Tainari. I apologize for all the trouble I've caused you. I'm grateful that you came so quickly to save me. You even brought all this fruit.
Well, actually, we didn't bring the fruit. It was already here when we arrived. We were kind of wondering about that, actually. When we found you here, there was all this fruit lying around and even some juice dripping from your lips. How did you end up like this anyway?
Oh, really? I seem to understand now. All the fruit was likely from my, neighbor. Must have come by and saw me like this.
Your neighbor? You mean there's someone else living nearby?
Oh? So you're able to see them too?
Aku baru main lagi, coy.
Wait, hold on a second, traveler. You say that before we arrived, you saw some mysterious creature and suddenly had a strange dream? Isn't that a little too crazy to believe?
No, I actually do believe what the traveler is saying. I myself had a similar experience once before and ended up scaring my timid little neighbor here.
Mana kabarmu sebulan ini, Bang? Baik, baik. Agak sedikit stres deh karena kuliah. Tapi nggak apa-apa. Selama ada Genshin mah aman. Man, pakai controller nggak enak bagiku, Bang. Iya, aku juga sebenarnya enakan pakai mouse sih. Cuman kalau pakai controller itu bisa sambil tiduran. Enaknya gitu. Jadi tinggal colokin ke TV apa ke monitor, tinggal tiduran, controller di tangan gitu. Enak banget, sumpah.
You needn't worry. They mean you no harm. They only dragged you into the dream because they hoped to buy themselves a little time in order to scurry away.
So, Hypatia, just what kind of creature is your neighbor exactly?
I'm not sure what it's called, to be honest. But I do know that they have some sort of deeper connection with the Dendroarchon. I know this because the first time I saw them was also the exact day my consciousness was able to form a connection with Irminsul.
Yoi. Enak sih
Even
sambil
after I opened my eyes and stopped meditating, my heart was still pounding, and my mind was racing with all the knowledge that I had touched. And at that very moment, I suddenly noticed a small figure at the opening of the cave. In my curiosity, I began to walk over to the creature. They must have already been used to me living in the cave, because they didn't seem to mind me approaching them. They just kept doing whatever they were up to. It wasn't until I crouched down next to them that they suddenly realized that I could see them.
Juga baru nyoba controller Xbox dari Vantex. Bagus tuh. Vantex tuh enak-enak semua tuh. Apa namanya barang-barang ya. Cuman kalau aku nyobanya pakai Logitech. Apa sih sebutnya Logitech. Ya itulah pokoknya. Soalnya ada aplikasi gitu. Aplikasinya tuh buat nyambungin mouse Logitech, terus keyboard Logitech. Jadi kalau misalnya beda receiver, itu masih bisa. Enaknya gitu. Nggak tahu udah kalau Vantage.
Oh, and then?
And then I had a dream. By the time I came to, they were nowhere to be seen. I was convinced they'd never show up again. But sure enough, I saw them nearby a few days later. And they weren't alone. I feel like they aren't as afraid of me as the first time I approached them. But I never would have expected them to save me. Yes, no doubt about that. By the way, Tainari mentioned in his letter that you had questions for me regarding Irminsul.
Oh, jadi gitu nggak banyak portnya ya? Iya, enak banget. Jadi kalau misalnya satu port tuh, satu receiver tuh bisa buat maksimal sebenarnya bisa buat banyak device ya, kayak mau 3 controller, 4 controller, tapi paling enaknya itu 2 kalau nggak 3. Aku sampai beli USB hub karena port habis. Itu dia, aku juga beli sebenarnya USB hub karena habis gitu, portnya cuman 1 apa 2 doang di laptop tuh. Nah, karena ada ini tuh jadi enak. Jadi bisa diatur mau berapa device yang connect satu receiver. Ya dia lapar.
Sorry about that. Sounds like just drinking juice still isn't quite enough for my stomach.
Well, if somebody hadn't dropped the food earlier. Anyway, looks like we'll need to prepare something ourselves. Besides, Paimon's getting hungry too. Let's eat first and talk about Irminsul later. Alright, we're up, traveler. Today's menu will feature sweet madame and a radish veggie soup. You'll love them, Hypatia. They're our specialties after all.
Sounds good. I've never tried any dishes from other nations before. I certainly look forward to it. It's been so long since I've had a decent meal, too. To be honest, the last time had to be when Tainari came to visit.
Andai kan aku tahu lebih awal, Bang. Justru karena kamu tahunya di akhir, kamu bisa ngasih tahu teman kamu nanti gitu. Seenggaknya ilmu itu lebih bermanfaat kalau misalnya ketika satu ke orang lain. Mouse and keyboard wire. Nyoba control wireless jadi pengen ganti. Oh, ini ya, kamu pakai kabel semua ya. Kalau aku wireless. Juga wirelessnya. Iya, enak banget. Jadi bisa dari jarak jauh. Cuman kalau wireless itu dia ada batas jaraknya gitu. Jadi kayak mau kontrol wirelessku kan maksimal tuh bisa nyampe 5 meter. Kalau misalnya lebih dari 5 meter itu biasanya responsnya agak ngedet gitu loh, kayak delay gitu. Ganti kalau kamu ada duit, ganti aja. selagi ada gitu kan. Hmm. Kalau Commander Jake mah beli. Nah dulu bang, ada yang minta dibeliin seperangkat alat recording. Oh, alat recording. Mau jadi apa? Mau jadi YouTuber kah? Mantap, besar. Suruh masak apa sih? Oh. Ini gambarnya pakai Nvidia filter. Iya. Iya benar.
The empty box that Tainari gave us since we already watched it.
Kalau misalnya aku nggak pakai Nvidia filter, ini nih, mana ya? Oh, gambarnya burik. Tapi kalau pakai Nvidia filter, walaupun warnanya ngejreng terang, seenggaknya enak dipandang gitu. Jadi nggak usah apa? Grafiknya nggak usah ditinggi-tinggiin. Ini udah lumayan. Dia bukan dia kreator musik, remix dan EDM gitu. Anjay, keren. Udah dari kapan tuh?
Oh, it smells amazing. And the box is a nice touch too. Let's go serve this up and start eating with Hypatia.
Phew. Huh? Are you already finished cooking? Smells delectable. I'm truly thankful whenever I can enjoy a proper meal like this. Cooking really isn't my forte.
Dari semenjak SMP, tapi sayang dia nggak mau lanjut SMA. Waduh, kenapa tuh? Pendidikan tuh penting loh. Sekarang SMP SMA tuh seenggaknya biayanya itu nggak terlalu besar kayak zaman dulu. Tapi kalau misalnya emang mendesak banget sih, ya mau gimana. Tapi lebih mending investasiin ke pendidikan daripada investasi ke lain-lain. Tapi itu gimana kamu sih?
Even though everything you mentioned was in Tainari's letter, it's still hard to believe you were able to connect with Irminsul immediately after smelling Spiritborn eel for the first time.
Sempat broken bang, tapi syukurnya nggak jadi. Alhamdulillah. Masih diberi kesempatan tuh. Aku rasanya keluarga tuh renggang aja. Iya. Aku nggak tahu gimana rasanya jadi kamu ya. Cuman banyak dari temanku itu cerita kalau misalnya broken home itu emang gak enak. Jadi ada agak kayak ada lobang di antara jalan gitu loh. Semangat ya. Bisa, kamu pasti bisa kok. Setiap ada kesusahan pasti ada jalan, cuy. Tenang aja.
It took me nearly 3 years before I could do so. And everyone at the academia even lauded me as a genius. You should know that some researchers spent their entire lives without ever successfully connecting with Irminsul as you have.
So why does this incense allow people to connect to Irminsul?
The ingredients used to make spirit-born ale primarily consist of plants created by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. These special ingredients are conducive to heightening our senses to the Dendro Archon's power.
Semangat dong, semangat. Hidup tuh terlalu singkat buat sedih, cuy. Masih banyak hal yang bisa bikin kita bahagia. Tinggal gimana kita carinya aja. Emang beberapa dari kita tuh lagi ada di waktu sulit. Tapi seenggaknya kalau kita sedih terus, itu bakal ngaruhin di sekitar kita.
Since the root of the Dendro Archon's power lies within Irminsul, we can occasionally tap into her powers to peer into the depths of the earth.
Since the root of the Dendro Archon power lies within Irminsul, we can occasionally tap into her powers to peer into the earth.
That's all right. I'm sure you'll come to a clearer understanding as you remain in Sumeru.
Makes sense. But Paimon's got a question. Why was he sensitive to the smell of those plants for such a long time?
That was primarily due to his body's unique constitution. Stimulated by the incense, he could perceive the Dendro Archon's power and experience the sensory overload, hence the adverse reactions. Taking in any scent similar to the ingredients of spirit-born ale would cause adverse effects. Not to worry, though. It appears you've already fully recovered. Technically, your body should still be sensitive to the powers of the Dendro Archon, but unless you're using intentional meditation techniques, the scent of spirit-born ale should no longer trigger such reactions.
Belakangan ini juga ada temanku yang punya masalah keuangan, padahal sebelumnya baik-baik aja dia punya bisnis. Itu dia. Yang namanya kehidupan kan kayak roda berputar. Lu pasti udah pernah dengar kan, kayak kadang di atas kadang di bawah. Jadi tuh kalau dari sekarang menurut gua nih, lu tuh harus siap-siap dengan segala kemungkinan yang ada gitu. Kalau saran gua sih, lu harus siap-siap kemungkinan terburuknya. Kayak misalkan, aduh gimana ya, nggak jadi deh. Intinya mah siap-siap aja dah yang terburuknya. Banyak skenarionya gitu. Jadi kalau misalnya udah kejadian itu nggak kaget. Maksudnya kaget ada, cuman nggak kaget kalau kita nggak siap-siap.
Well, that's a relief.
Tapi kalau misalnya kayak sebelumnya baik-baik aja, terus misalnya dia jadi orang berada, biasanya itu ada suatu kejadian gitu loh. Jadi kayak nggak bakal ada api kalau nggak bakal ada asap kalau nggak ada api. Jadi itu pasti ada penyebabnya. Tapi yang namanya kehidupan ya kita nggak tahu sih.
I must admit, I am quite envious of your abilities. Even if it meant suffering from pounding headaches for the rest of my life, I'd consider it worthwhile so long as I could connect with Irminsul at will.
Tuh, kamu skip banner Furina, Bang. Aku bukan nggak dapet, Bang. Aku bukan nge-skip, Bang. Aku dapatnya red off, bangke. Aku dapatnya di look, Cok. Bang, ntar nih aku kasih lihat nih. Sial.
Whoa, you're really serious about this whole thing, aren't you?
I am a researcher after all. As a member of the Ritaoist Darshan at the Academia, my main area of research is the stars and their connection to the fate of living beings. But there is still so much we don't know, which is why I must turn to the all-knowing Irminsul for answers. If only my perception wasn't so limited. Unfortunately, I cannot guarantee that my every attempt to attune with Irminsul will be successful, or that doing so will leave my consciousness intact.
WKWK ketawa lo, hah? Gua udah ngumpulin Primo susah-susah lo, malah dapetnya di look lagi, kampret. Aku dapet C3 malah C2 Tignari. Dapat satpam Sumeru. Invasi dapat angkat spiral. Iya, pokoknya setiap karakter Dendro tuh enak semua, apalagi digabung sama Hydra. Meledak-ledak tuh.
I am currently in the stage of training known as Satyavada life. Many researchers in Sumeru have lost their minds while seeking to attune with Irminsul during this stage.
Kurang banyak apanya?
Sages have said that Irminsul contains divine knowledge, and touching such knowledge without the proper preparations and abilities will only lead to one's mind caving in on itself.
Ngaji sih gue senjata daripada dilog. Lo ingin gue berkata kasar, coba. Kasar. Tapi seenggaknya Diluc tuh karakter yang dulu itu di nanti-nanti, cuy. Lu gak usah gitu lah sama gue lah. Lu gak usah gitu sama gue. Oh, kurang banyak primonya. Iya, gue jarang main, cuy. Kalau nggak salah tuh kuas Aranara tuh primonya banyak, bisa nyampe 80 pull. Tapi gue nggak tahu tuh. Gue belum ngerjain, males. Tapi bentar lagi ini sih libur semester, jadi gue kayaknya bisa ngepush. Gue pengen dapet Nahida, coy. Nahida kapan sih?
That's why we meditate alone. We need to ensure that our minds will be calm while minimizing the possibility of involving anyone else.
Kopium. Hah? Maksudnya?
Whoa. So knowledge from Irminsul can be super dangerous. Don't you ever feel afraid of the risk, Hypatia?
Of course I do. Especially during nights that are pitch black with no moonlight and dead silent without even the sound of insects.
4.4 abis ini dong. Ini kan 4.3 nih. Tapi gua dapat leak 4.4 tuh ini Cloud Retainer yang di Liyue itu tuh, yang burung bango.
However, I've been feeling better as of late. I don't get as scared anymore knowing that I have a little neighbor living nearby.
Gua tuh bingung, coy, milih Raiden apa Nahida. Cuma kata teman gue mending dua-duanya, kan bangke.
I believe that being able to see them is a sort of blessing from the Dendro Archon.
Kopium adalah gabungan dari kata kope dan opium yang merupakan narkotika fiksi digunakan oleh orang-orang yang merasa kalah telak. Lo kopas dari Google, kampret. Oh, opium. Iya. Itu buat ngefly, cowok. Sialan. Enggak, aku gak nyampe segitunya lah, gila. Kocak.
But what's strangest of all is that they're clearly an envoy of the god of wisdom herself. And they have the curious power to make people dream.
What's so strange about that? It doesn't sound so out of place for a divine being, does it?
Well, it's strange because nearly nobody in Sumeru can ever dream.
Huh. Is that true?
Yes, well, to an extent. Only children can dream in Sumeru. Adults, however, never do.
Ini ada soalnya paling main itu belum masih bisa dikatakan Shinobu. Iya, masalahnya gue ngincer cookie Shinobu dapetnya Kirara, coy. Tapi seenggaknya Kirara lumayan sih buat explore sih. Dia bisa manjat pakai form kucing kotaknya itu. Jadi kamu berdiri dapat pilak. Gue tuh sebenarnya dapat yang bagus, cuman salah waktu aja, cok. Memang saja.
The sages say that wisdom implies rationality, but that which occurs in dreams is often neither rational nor logical.
Jalan. Which is sage? That's wisdom. Impress rationality.
Yes, if one struggles with anxieties, those emotions could influence their dreams. The fact that the people of Sumeru do not have dreams is seen as a blessing by the sages. They believe that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, the god of wisdom, is keeping us away from the foolish delusions you encounter in your sleep. I was born into a family of scholars in Sumeru City. Ever since I was a child, my parents would always tell me that I'll know I've grown up once I stop dreaming. I studied hard, enrolled as a student in the academia, and went on to become a researcher. Sure enough, I never dreamed again.
Tapi aku berharapnya nanti di Bandara Nahida ada ini sih, ada apa namanya B4 Cookie Shinobu. Jadi ini kan aku mumpung red on nih, udah kayak lah red off kan, dapat di look kan, seneng loh. Jadinya ntar kalau misalnya udah pasti dapat Nahida, udah enak tuh dapat cookie juga kalau dapat. Tapi asalnya ngejar C2 tuh kalah terus dapat dekam kayak mampu. Astagfirullahaladzim. Nah itu, kamu itu jangan ngeledek orang. Aku juga ngeledek temanku, dapat Kiki, aku dapat Dilu. Kampret emang. 38.000 per dapat. Aduh, tapi aku udah ngabis 58.000 sih dari pertama kali main sih.
But then, on the day I scared the little Aranara, I suddenly saw a dream again. It was incredible. Though I don't exactly remember what I saw, I clearly recall the feeling. I suddenly felt like I was a child again.
Berkah itu musim jahat. Fuck kata gua teh. Aduh. Berkah sih berkah, coy, tapi berkahnya itu gimana ya? Akun reroll kan? Enggak, aku enggak akun reroll. Ini aku akun bikin sendiri. Aku tuh sebenarnya ditawarin sama temanku mau beli akun apa enggak. Terus kalau enggak beli akun reroll aja biar dapat primo banyak kan, sama dapat karakter apa gitu. Kalau nggak salah tuh ada yang jual karakter Nahida di akun itu 35.000. Cuman aku nggak mau. Aku tuh niatnya emang mau nge-push story Genshin. Aku tuh niatnya main Genshin tuh karena ceritanya gitu. Apalagi yang ceritanya itu ada suaranya kayak gini nih.
Back then,
Gini.
I
Jadi
was
enak
foolish and
didengar.
ignorant as any youth would be. But I was free of fear. Maybe dreaming isn't as bad as we've made it out to be.
Jadi main game sekalian dapat belajar bahasa lah. Alhamdulillah lumayan. Apalagi kan aku kuliahnya kan di depan komputer terus tuh. Mana kalau misalnya setiap video tutorial tuh pakai bahasa Inggris, jadi lumayan ngerti dikit-dikit.
Just be sure not to speak of this if you travel to Sumeru City. They'll look at you as if you've lost your mind.
So, do you have any thoughts about the things he saw when he connected with Irminsul?
Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have any answers as of now. All I can say is that what you saw is a memory contained within Irminsul itself. World forget me. What could that possibly mean? If only I could ascend past Satyavada life and begin Paripurna life, I might have some more answers for you.
Belajar dari main game. Padahal ada interaksi juga. Lo tau gak, gue pernah nih, ya kan, masuk word orang nih buat karakter apa? Karakter Hutau gue ya kan. Kayak apa sih namanya tuh, bunga apa tuh yang di dekat tempat masak gede tinggi tuh. Lupa gue namanya. Nah, itu tuh gue udah susah-susah nyampe translate bahasa Inggris, nggak taunya dia tiba-tiba ngomong cu. Ya gue langsung sadar lah, lo orang Indonesia. Iya gue Indo. Kampret. Kita kan ada interaksi juga kan sama orang luar. Iya, tapi rata-rata Genshin tuh lebih banyak Indonya sih. Tapi gue pernah ketemu orang luar. Seru. Jangan bilang pada akhirnya sama-sama Indo. Iya, itu gue lebih seringnya ketemu sama orang Indo daripada sama orang luar. Mana sama bahasa Inggris waktu itu. Ya, mau gimana, Cok? Kan orang sama-sama kagak tahu. Masa harus nanya di awal dulu? Nggak enak kan?
If you two are ever in the area again, please be sure to come and see me. There's no need to be thanking me. You two are my saviors. Besides, I'm already looking forward to tasting some more of your cooking.
You could take chatting before setting down for good actress.
Now that we know Hypatia is alright and had the chance to ask her some questions, Paimon thinks it's about time to head back to Gandharvaville.
Nih, Cok, aku nggak bohong nih, Cok. Mana ya? Oh, aku baru dapat di loop, Cok. Malah C0 lagi. Mana ya? Sorry. No. Oke. Oh, udah nggak ada bannernya. Oh, oke. Kalian bisa tanya where are you from? Lebih kalau misalnya lu kelamaan di war orang tuh suka di-kick, Cuk. Makanya gue males gitu loh. Merahnya gitu amat, Bang. Oh, merah ini maksudnya. Aduh. Kayak merah banget ya. Iya, Cok. Kan ini pakai Nvidia Game Filter. Mana ya? Ini kalau misalnya gua matiin. Di merahnya kayak gini. Agak pucat. Itu banner standar kocak. Iya. Gini, Cok. Bentar. Ini kan gua kan mau ngecek ini nih, apa namanya? History PT kan. Gua kagak sadar. Ya udah sih, nama juga orang ada masalah. Ada salah, ada lupa. Yo. Besok habis duha beres update. Maksudnya? Oh, aku udah ini, Cok. Apa namanya? Di Genshin kan ada ini nih, apa? Download sebelum update gitu loh. Kayak lu udah download duluan, nanti kalau misalnya udah update, lu nggak usah download lagi. Itu aku udah download itu. Terlalu over itu filternya. Nggak apa-apa. Kalau untuk di YouTube emang terlalu over, tapi kalau untuk di layar kok enggak. Sorry. Cuman aku mainnya kayak gini. Jadi lebih enak aja. Ini kemana ya? Oh iya, Praunduh namanya, benar. Tapi Praunduhnya gila loh, Genshin loh, 12 giga loh.
Think about it, Tainari. Refusing to join is tantamount to burying your head in the sand. I understand that you're a forest watcher and that it's your duty to combat the effects of withering zones. But isn't it evident that such work is not a lasting solution to the problem?
Dan nanti barang B4 baru silver bang, dia hero go up. Lu kejar kayak gitu, gue jadi bingung ini mau Raiden apa Koke Shinobi, gue nggak tahu cok. Kalau misalnya Raiden tuh lu kalau misalnya ngehit dari jauh pas skill dia on tuh sama musuh-musuh yang terbang tuh bisa anjir. Kalau Koke kan harus kena ininya dulu tuh yang kata bunder-bunder di pinggangnya tuh. Jadi gue bingung. Apalagi C2-nya Raiden tuh wah gila cok. Dengar-dengarnya sih buffer reaction overload. Aku jarang pakai reaction overload sih. Kadang aku pakainya ini. Kalau nggak apa namanya tuh yang kayak hydro terus dendro sama elektro. Aku jadi lupa namanya. Itu kalau nggak ini apa namanya melt. Reaction atau gameplaynya overload. Oh, ya. Sih bang, kan nanti libur bisa mulai lagi buat tahidap. Masalahnya aku tuh libur cuma 4 hari, cowok. Abis itu langsung UAS lagi, lanjut. Tapi bisa lah. Bisa gampang lah itu urusan sepele. Raiden dulu sih bang. Oke. Iya juga sih, Raiden tuh overload itu sama Pyro kan? Aku Pyro punya Huto. Nanti si Layla aku ganti aja kali ya.
As Sage Kage clearly stated, your presence and guidance in Sumeru City is pivotal in finding a cure for Irminsul. How could you possibly refuse?
Keep your emotions in check, Gulam. Let's at least listen to Tainari's reason for declining. We're here to invite him to the Academia, not to cause a scene.
Sage Kage, I am truly honored that you came here in person, but I'm afraid I must still decline your invitation. I am merely a forest watcher. How could the great minds of the Haravatat have any need of someone like me?
Well, it turns out that your refusal letter had some implications on your master's reputation. He is a renowned sage of the Immorta, after all. So now I've come here in his stead.
Buset, cok, makanya aku tuh jarang main game tuh kalau misalnya aku udah gila sama game. Itu bisa seharian di kamar nggak keluar. Makanya aku nggak mau kayak dulu. Dulu tuh aku bisa nyampe 2 hari nggak keluar kamar. Cuman buat nge-game doang. Jadi gini aku nge-YouTube kayak gini juga, streaming juga buat gabut-gabut aja. Ada yang nonton syukur, ada yang nggak nonton nggak apa-apa. Seenggaknya buat, oh aku pernah streaming nih gitu. Terus aku pernah dapat penonton nih kayak si Jikra Ramadan sama yang lain gitu. Jadi tuh aku punya seenggaknya memori sendiri. Tapi nggak apa-apa, cuma urusan nanti ya.
I see. Well, I figured that given his temper, he would come here and berate me personally.
Tainari, your master is an integral part of this effort, and now he requires your assistance.
And what exactly does my master need of me, Sage Kage?
You'll know once you've arrived in Sumeru City, that is.
And, how long will I be required to stay?
There's no definite answer as of now.
Do you mean to tell me that, despite coming all the way here to Gandharvaville, you still can't answer the questions I laid out in the letter to my master? If that's the case, then I'm afraid I cannot give you a definite answer either.
Tainari, but you...
So be it. Come, Gulam, we're leaving.
Tainari, what was that all about?
It's nothing. Some people from the Academia wanted me to go to Sumeru City to assist them with a project, but I had to refuse on account of all my responsibilities here. But all that can wait. How did things go with Hypatia?
It was quite the eventful trip, but the main thing is that she's safe and sound. She answered a bunch of questions for us, too.
Very good. Now that the traveler has made a full recovery, there shouldn't be any reason for you to tarry here longer. I assume you will be heading to Sumeru City, correct?
That's right. We want to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali and ask her for advice. Do you have any idea on how we can find her?
Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have any advice for you there.
Well, do you at least know anyone we can try asking in Sumeru City?
Bang, kamu tahu kasus cewek gila bakaran jasa gak? Oh, iya, ceweknya baru masuk SMA kan. Terus cowoknya itu nitip minjem helmnya si cewek yang nggak sabar. Tapi aku nggak tahu sih, soalnya itu tuh baru diceritain sama satu pihak. Aku tuh kalau misalnya suatu kasus tuh harus dengar dari dua pihak, jadi baru bisa ambil kesimpulan. Cuman kalau misalnya ngelihat ceweknya tuh baru masuk SMA itu gimana ya? Masa-masa puber sih, jadi masih agak labil. Lagian cowoknya juga masih lagi mau aja pacaran sama anak kayak gitu.
Let me think. My trips to Sumeru City have been fairly short, and most of my acquaintances are researchers. Oh, how about this? I'll write you a letter of introduction that you can give to a researcher I know. He's from the Amorta Darshan and is adept at gathering information. Asking him might prove worthwhile. Also, when you enter Sumeru City, you'll probably end up receiving something like this item here. I'm not sure if it will ever come in handy for you, but maybe you can give it a try.
Oh? What is it?
It's called an Akasha Terminal. It's a tool produced by the Academia that utilizes the legacy of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. Some say that this item is the very basis of Sumeru's reputation as the City of Wisdom. Needless to say, this device and its usage fall under the Academia's expertise, so I'll leave it to them to show you how to use it.
Great! Next up, Sumeru City! But wait, before that...
Ya gimana ya bang? Itu pidana, dilindungi undang-undang juga loh. Kalau urusan soal hukum aku kurang paham, soalnya tuh aku jurusan komputer ya. Jadi, tapi kalau misalnya menurut adab sih itu nggak beradab cuy. Soalnya kan ijazah itu kan didapetinnya susah. Terus juga prosesnya itu nggak gampang gitu loh. Jadi ya mau menurut hukum mau menurut adab ya sama-sama salah.
That's right! Tainari, we have something important to say to Kale before we leave. Is she doing better now?
Yes, she's doing much better. After being confined to her bed all this time, I thought a little walk would do her some good. Last I saw her, she was taking the path towards the North Crossing. She knew you two would be leaving soon, so she must have wanted to see you off.
Intinya setiap ada kejadian tuh kita ambil hikmahnya aja. Jangan sampai kita ngelakuin kesalahan yang sama. Apalagi kesalahannya lebih besar. Jangan.
Thanks, Tainari. Alright, let's go!
Farewell, and good luck to you both.
Ini dari tadi berisik banget sih lu. Sebel gua. Oh, aduh, benar. Iya dong. Halo Koli, yay!
I've been waiting for you two.
Me too.
Well, never
Lucu
mind.
banget sih, anjir.
I guess I should just wish you two a safe and successful journey. Thanks for waiting here just to see us off, Kale. We're headed to Sumeru City. Don't worry about me. I can take care of myself. My condition won't be getting in the way of my duties. I want to be a forest ranger after all. It's up to me and the others to protect the rainforest here. And, I'm sorry. I should have told you both about my condition when we first met. I just wanted you two to treat me as a normal friend, not some girl that needs your sympathy. But I guess now I understand that the most important thing is for friends to be genuine with one another.
Glee every day. Agak sus ya. Untung. Langsung klarifikasi anjir. Kayak gak terlalu gue sebagai forest ranger. Cok, kemarin lagi pingsan-pingsannya itu. Nggak pingsan deh. Apa ya, dia kan ada penyakit ini kan. Elizar gitulah. Pokoknya. Tapi, lihat ya, Cok. Lucu banget, Cok.
Apologize, Kale. We should be thanking you for trusting us enough to be your friends and sharing your past with us.
Kale lucu banget sih, Cok.
We're probably still gonna worry about your condition, but that's because we're friends and we care about you. Thank you. That means a lot. Before you leave, I have something for you.
Lucu.
Oh? What is it? It's my recipe for pita pockets. I told you that I'd give you a copy, remember? My handwriting is a little, messy, so please don't laugh.
Nggak apa-apa, aku nggak ketawa.
Yay! Thanks, Kale. Now we can eat those scrumptious little pitas whenever and wherever we like.
C6 dan nggak di-build. Maksudnya C6 Kole. Kalau nggak salah tuh C6 Kole itu cakep banget loh, coy. Efeknya.
I hope that whenever you eat them,
Nggak efek
you'll
sih,
both
apa
remember
fungsinya
your
bagus
time
banget.
here in Gandharvaville.
Of course we will. I will see you soon.
Well then, I, trainee forest ranger Kale, bid you both farewell. Please visit Gandharvaville again. The rangers will always be ready to assist you here.
Go! Okay. Lucu banget. Ngobrol dulu.
I hope you have a safe trip to Sumeru City and get to meet the Dendro Archon there. I'm much better now. I'll be back on patrol again starting tomorrow. Even though I'm not quite ready to help Master clear the Withering Zones yet, there is still plenty of other tasks for me to handle. Oh, and Traveler, if you ever see Amber again during your travels, please don't mention my illness to her, okay?
Gimana ya, timnya palingnya belum masih kalah sama Yao Yao. Nggak apa-apa, tapi dia lucu. Yao Yao loli, Cok. Aku nggak terlalu ini. Coba, look at this. Shy, malu-malu. Lucu banget.
Amber knows about my case of Elazar and what's happened in my past, but I haven't told her about my condition getting worse.
Oh iya, nama penyakit Elazar.
I guess I just don't want her to worry about me. If the need arises, I'll tell her about it myself. Alright, we understand, Kale. I hope you have a safe trip to Sumeru City and get to meet the Dendro Archon there. Kinda hard to believe the Master Tainari can cook, isn't it? His culinary techniques are very polished, but his taste is a little, unusual. It's not really his fault, though. He just has a sensitive tongue and nose, so he prefers much lighter flavors.
Ow.
The last time I went a little too heavy on the spices for my pita pockets, Master started having a sneezing fit. Of course, I never heard the end of it after that.
Ketawa.
I hope you have a safe trip to Sumeru City and get to meet the Dendro Archon there. See you later! Be sure to come back often. Even though Master didn't admit it, I'm sure he wants to see you again.
I don't care about your master. I'm care about you. Look at this. Lucu, Cok. Ah. Sama Abah jangan deh terlalu itu. Sabar. Apa namanya? Let him cook. Let him cook now. Let him cook. Waktu dulu gak sih? Lah dia malah tidur.
What did I do?
Lah kok kolinya merem anjir? Jelek coba. Ih, merem mulu anjir.
Even when we're not looking up at the stars, they're always there.
Kaos kaki beda. Itu bukan kaos kaki, cowok. Itu namanya stocking anjir. Astagfirullah, cok. Aku orangnya gini amat ya. Halo lo. Ah, kampret. Jangan mancing-mancing lo.
Isn't a single one
Alah.
missing.
Aku disuruh viewer ya, cok. Jangan, cok. Tidak patut. Ini ketemu Nahida kah? Asik. Syabul, enggak dong. Enggak, itu tuh sial.
Sumeru City!
Wow.
We finally made it!
Enggak, bukan gitu. Ini tuh bagian dari apa namanya? Menghargai mahakarya developer. Nah. Salah saya di mana kalau saya? Aduh, cok, jangan bawa ke sini lah, cok. Nanti aku di itu nama bazar, cok. Udahlah, cukup tahu aja lah.
Oh, did you see that? When those people entered the city, something on their heads lit up.
One moment, please, you two. It appears this is your first time visiting Sumeru City.
Oh, yeah, that's right. But how did you know that?
Because there's currently no information on either of you in the Akasha.
Jangan. Ya bahas yang lain lah, Aku takut, cok.
But no need to worry, that won't prevent you from entering the city. In fact, the Academia conveniently provides each traveler to Sumeru City with a device. Perhaps you too have heard of the Akasha before. It's our beloved Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's lasting legacy, a treasure trove of collected knowledge. After centuries of tireless research on the Akasha, the Academia created one of its most ingenious inventions, the Akasha Terminal. As long as you are within Sumeru's borders, you may use an Akasha terminal to connect directly to the Akasha and access any knowledge you need. I should mention that due to technical limitations, the operation of Akasha terminals will be much smoother and more effective in large cities such as Sumeru City and Port Ormos.
Oh, so this is the thing that Tainari was telling us about. It sounds pretty amazing.
You two are quite fortunate. Until recently, it was standard practice to only issue Akasha terminals to outlanders who spent an extended amount of time in Sumeru. However, this policy was recently changed, and now all travelers are issued one upon arrival. Here are your Akasha terminals. Please handle them with care.
It kind of looks like a leaf.
To activate it, simply hold it in your hand and say the following phrase to yourself. May the mighty God bless us with their voice of wisdom.
Oh, says this little doodad lets you access knowledge. Maybe we can use it to find a way to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali. Let's give it a try. May the mighty God bless us with their voice of wisdom.
Wih. Wih. Wih.
Whoa! Just now, something clicked, and Paimon suddenly knew how to use this thing. It seems all we need to do is concentrate on what we want to know, and bam! You get it. Oh, that'll come in real handy.
Exactly. That is the power of the Akasha. And with that, let me officially welcome you both to Sumeru City. May the wisdom of the Dendro Archon always be your guide.
Okay, now that we're in, we can check the Akasha about Lesser Lord Kusanali. Let Paimon try.
Teknologi orang hutan. Hey, Anda bilang teknologi orang hutan itu lebih canggih daripada Google Lens kita, Cok.
500 years ago, the sages found a newly born deity from within some scorched ruins. The deity now resides in the sanctuary of Suristana. Seems pretty similar to what Kale was telling us.
Itu canggih banget anjir, tadi lu nggak lihat?
Okay, next, let's concentrate on asking how to meet her.
Gila, Cok, baru ngeliatin muka orang juga langsung kelihatan informasi semua.
Paimon doesn't sense anything. The Akasha didn't respond to Paimon's question. Oh, come on! Ugh. Focusing on this question feels like when you have something you're trying to remember and it's on the tip of your tongue, but you just can't think of it. Paimon's brain is exhausted. Oh, smart idea! But what are you going to ask it?
Ini nih.
Could it be because we're Outlanders and we've only just arrived in Sumeru? You know, maybe we're not qualified to receive an answer to this sort of question or something.
Bisa lihat video for hey. Enggak. Aku tahu maksud kamu enggak gitu. Aku tahu maksud kamu enggak gitu, Cok. Nama Tasya. Nama Tasya karakter apa anjir? Hello. Siapa itu? Nggak tahu, ini tiba-tiba masuk. Indonesia? Nope.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory? Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
Itu gimana ngetiknya bang? Aku coba-coba nggak bisa pakai keywordnya kan kamu buka ini dulu nih chat. Terus kan ada tulisan confirm kan. Nah kamu pencet A. Habis itu kamu pencet X tuh. Baru kamu bisa ngetik gini-gini.
Boats are made for transferring commodities back and forth, and those that come across Lior tend to stay a while. So it is where many things come to settle.
Oh iya, aku tuh sebenarnya orang Indo, cuman kadang kalau misalnya di internet tuh aku lebih banyak pakai bahasa Inggris, apalagi kalau chat. Allah, macam itu.
Osmanthus wine
not
tastes
as
the
info.
same as I remember.
No problem.
But where
Ilmu,
are
kan
those
aku,
who share the memory?
aku udah bilang ilmu itu bermanfaat kalau dikasih ke orang lain. Tuh.
Adventure time.
Diluk senja, lu kok ngingetin lagi sih? Gue mencoba ini loh.
Benny's Adventure Team, assemble!
Diluk memang diperuntukkan untuk mengembang, enggak mau. Sebenarnya gimana ya? Udah dikasih nggak ini sih. Cuman PT87 merah, cowok. Dapatnya Diluk lagi, kampret. Apa aja sih ekspor lawan musuh dan lain-lain.
Oh, ow! Where did that come from?
Anjir, aku baru kepikiran, apa enggak ini aja ya orangnya minta bantuin aku kos Aranara ya? Langsung bilang, Cok.
No one's joined me on an adventure in ages. Come on, let's go.
Bentar. Quest Aranara.
Ow! Where did that come from? Off we go. Oh my
Aku
goodness.
Aranara masih
Oh
prolog.
my gosh. Wow.
Prolognya aja.
All will be revealed in the next volume? Oh, drat.
Beda apanya?
Where do you want to go next? If you'd like to see Liyue's tourist spots, I have a few references.
Fajar itu kan waktu sebelum terbitnya matahari, betul. Sedangkan senja itu matahari tenggelam, betul. Makanya aku tuh sebenarnya tidak pantas dapat Diluk, cowok. Cuman ya mungkin Hoyoverse ada rencana lain gitu. Bagus banget. Continue.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
'Cause pantasnya dapat Kiki bang. Jangan kayak gitu dong. Aku mau dapat. Aku kalau udah dapat Raiden sama dapat Nahida, udah aku nggak apa-apa lagi. Sisa-sisanya ya inilah.
Where do you want to go next? If you'd like to see Liyue's tourist spots, I have a few references. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Bentar, Cok. Ada yang dipanggil.
Where do you want to go next? If you'd like to see Liyue's tourist spots, I have a few references. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Pakai apa nih? Ya! Ini nge-attack gimana anjir? Bentar.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Itu siapa anjir? Geter gak tuh bang kalau ada bener? Iya geter. Ini kontrolerku ada ininya, apa kayak ada dinamonya gitu. Jadi kalau misalnya
Where do you want to go next?
Scene senjata
If you'd
apa
like to see
scene
Liyue's tourist spots.
senjata gitu. Oh lu ya, anjir. Cok bisa-bisanya loh. Anjir, gue taunya Sukrus bagus tuh. Anjay, kicking. Ada oh bukan lo, gue kirain lu nih UI 86.
Now, this is what I call a moment of solitude.
Sumpah lucu banget anjir. Ini orang-orang Rusia nih. Game bro Igeria, kayaknya pernah lihat gua. Oh ini ya? Oh iya benar, lu pernah gua add sih, gue lupa. Anjay. Ustadz Fenty, Ayaka, Kli, Kazuha, Zhongli, Kokomi, Wanderer, Hutao, Yelan. Ustad, karakter lu baik banget, Cok. Bukunya. Channel, itu sengaja channel mantap, Cok. Buset bro, calonnya gila. Temennya orang hacker. Siapa? Saya enaknya bersyukur orang tuh punya, gua enggak, dapatnya diluk, bangke. Antum tuh bersyukur. Kenapa nih? Lah kok ngulang?
Sumeru City!
Lah, ngulang aja.
One moment, please, you two.
What the
It
heck?
appears this is your first time visiting Sumeru City.
Oh, yeah!
Because there's current, but no need to worry. Perhaps you, after century, as long as you are within Sumeru's borders, you may use an Akasha terminal to connect directly to the Akasha and access any. I should mention that.
Oh, so this is the thing that tied up.
You two are quite fortunate. Until recently, it was standard practice to only issue Akasha terminals to outlanders who spent an extended amount of time in Sumeru. However, this policy was recently changed, and here are your Akasha terminals. Please handle them with care.
Bangke. Kegapangkan bang, beda akhirnya jadi gak datang. Tapi tuh buat story tuh jadi lebih enak, cok. Jadi lu bisa nyimak storynya lebih lancar, gitu loh. Lu tau gak sih yang ini, yang apa, tantangan Raiden tuh? Itu lebih susah daripada Raiden nih anjir. Kampret emang. Itu gua waktu itu belum ada zombie. Tapi tetap aja sih kalau misalnya kena. Akhirnya gue nyoba nyampe berapa ya, sejam. Bang hebat.
To activate it, simply hold it in your hand and say the following phrase to
Ulang
yourself.
bangke.
May the mighty God bless us with their voice of wisdom.
Oh, since this little doodad lets you access knowledge, maybe we can. May the mighty God bless.
Nih, yang lu bilang teknologi hutan nih, cakep banget, cok. Lihat nih. No.
Just now, something clicked, and Paimon suddenly knew how to use this thing. It seems all we need to do is concentrate on what we
Hutan
want to know.
teknologinya kayak gimana perkotaan.
Oh, that'll come in real handy.
Gila.
Exactly. That is the power of the Akasha. And with that, let me officially welcome you both to Sumeru City. May the wisdom of the Dendro Archon always be your guide.
Okay, now that we're in. Okay, next, let's. Oh, come on! Paimon's brain is exhausted. Oh, smart idea. But what are you going to ask it?
Manusia terdiri dari binari. Nggak salah sih. Nggak salah. Lebih tepatnya terdiri dari rangkaian informasi rumit, cok. Apa nih? Think why doesn't the Akasha answer my question? Some knowledge began to tickle in my mind. Ini controller gue kenapa? Oh, senggol.
You too? Well, glad it's not just Paimon. Uh-oh. Paimon's getting all teary-eyed all of a sudden. It feels like the people of Sumeru really miss their Archon.
Soalnya sel telur itu 0 dan sperma itu 1. Cocok logi. Aku belum makan, cok. Jadi aku agak bingung ini. Nah, telur itu maksudnya bulat dan sperma itu 1 lonjong. Apa sih? Udahlah. Fokus.
Huh. Could it be because we're Outlanders? And we've only just arrived in Sumeru? You know, maybe we're not qualified to receive an answer to this sort of question or something.
We just arrived in Sumeru, you know.
Well, seems no matter which way we try, we can't find anything that'll lead us to Lesser Lord Kusanali. Guess our only choice now is to try meeting with the researcher that Tainari recommended.
Loading beliau, Anda yang membuat saya nge-lag gitu loh. Anda yang membuat saya memuat terlalu banyak informasi. Anda, pokoknya Anda. Saya tidak salah apa-apa. Dah lah, ya udah. Mau gimana? Aku juga tak tahu. Kamu tidak memberitahu. Ya sudah.
He's from Sumeru and even has a position in the academia. Maybe he'll be able to access more info from the Akasha.
Siapa?
Let's see. Tainari wrote an address on the letter's envelope. Oh, it's not far from the city's gate. Let's head over and have a look. Hopefully he's at home. Hello, are you Rohawi?
Romawi.
Yes, that's me. Can I help you?
Great! You see, Tainari sent us here and...
What? Tainari? Please, there's no need to say anything, really. Sure, I admit that the article I published last month wasn't my best work, and maybe the data didn't produce the most convincing results, but...
Here! This is a letter from Tainari!
Oh, let me see. Oh, ooh, what a relief. You two nearly scared the life out of me. So you two just have some questions for me? Seems even Tainari acknowledges my innate ability for procuring information. So, what is it you two would like to know?
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. Do you know a way we can do that?
You mean you want to meet the Dendro Archon herself? This isn't exactly my area of expertise, but let me see what I can find in the Akasha. Sorry, the Akasha didn't respond to my query.
What? You too? But what about your abilities for getting information and all that? Paimon was sure you'd be able to access more info than we did.
Well, as I said, this isn't my area of expertise. I am but a lowly researcher, so the Akasha doesn't see a need for me to know more about the Dendro Archon. All I know is that ever since Lesser Lord Kusanali returned to Sumeru, she's never left the Sanctuary of Sorasthana or made a public appearance.
Didn't
expect her to be such a mysterious figure.
The Dendro Archon is somewhat of a recluse. Perhaps she just doesn't want to entertain visitors, which would explain the lack of information in the Akasha.
But then what can we do?
No need to worry just yet. I'm only hypothesizing here. You could certainly try asking around and see if anyone else has ideas. And besides, you two should consider the bright side of things. Not being able to see Lesser Lord Kusanali may not be a bad thing. In this world, there will always be information you cannot obtain from the Akasha and things you can never accomplish. Knowing when to yield is a form of wisdom. Take me, for example. It's a miracle if my brain cells can spit out one paper every 3 years. But Tainari? That guy can publish 3 papers in just a single year.
Okay. Thanks for your advice.
Don't mention it. If you two ever want information about things like who's been promoted within the academia or relations between the 6 great sages, come find me. Hey, come on! This is a survival skill at the academia.
Oh, Paimon's expectations were pretty low, but this is so low, it's like digging holes in the dirt.
Mulutnya tuh loh, anjir.
So what do we do now? Even if we want to talk to someone, we don't know anybody here. Huh? Like who?
Ad Astra Abyssok. Oh,
Oh, you're right!
Catherine.
Catherine! The Adventurers Guild has its own intel network. Let's hurry and find her.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Hello, Traveler and Paimon.
Catherine, we need your help with something.
Understood. The Adventurers Guild is always ready to serve you. With what do you require assistance?
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. Do you know a way we can do that?
You two wish to meet with Sumeru's Archon. Understood. Please wait. I apologize, but I am unable to call up any relevant information in the Akasha. I'm also unable to locate any pertinent information in my personal memory.
Aww, another dead end. Well, if Catherine can't help us, then we really don't know anyone else to ask now.
Please do not worry. I may know of someone who can help you two. In Sumeru, the Adventurers Guild does not serve as the vanguard of information. Rather, there are numerous active mercenary groups collectively known as the Eremites. They take on various contracts and work all across Sumeru, so they naturally accrue intelligence. An Eremite brigade called the Corps of 30 is in charge of Sumeru City's defenses. Not only are they the oldest brigade, but they are responsible for managing and coordinating the affairs of all other mercenary brigades.
Corps of 30? What a weird name.
Supposedly, they are named as such because their ranks numbered 30 at their inception. Asfand, an advisor with the Corps of 30, maintains good relations with the Adventurers Guild. Though he's already retired, he and his words carry great weight within mercenary circles. If you'd like to get in contact with him, you can find him at the Corps of 30's headquarters, the Citadel of Rexar. You're welcome. I wish you two the best of luck. We look forward to your exploits in Sumeru.
Alright, off to the Citadel of Rexar we go!
Ah, namanya? Oh, Alpha, kirain gua Haya. Oh, bisa. Di sini kah?
Welcome. The Adventurers Guild told me to expect you two.
It's nice to meet you, Asfand. We'd like to ask you about something.
I see. So, Catherine's the one who sent you this way. Ha! It's true that the Eremites' network is vast, but even I can't help you meet the Dendro Archon.
Wait, seriously? That's it?
Afraid so. The Eremites aren't terribly religious, so we don't know much about divinities. As far as the Akasha goes, we can access even less than you. We originally came from the desert. The gods there died off long ago. Since those days, we've used our own two hands to carve out a living. We don't beg gods for their aid. It isn't just us, though. If you ask me, I think most in Sumeru aren't interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Oh? Why's that?
Just take the Academia, for example. They're the ones who truly rule Sumeru. Although they believe in gods, most of them only care for the late Greater Lord Rugadavada. In their eyes, she was the one who founded Sumeru and gifted us with the Akasha. Lesser Lord Kusanali just happened to inherit her legacy. Because of the Academia's influence, most citizens are more familiar with Greater Lord Rugadavada and hold her in greater esteem. Not to mention that Lesser Lord Kusanali never makes an appearance, and the Academia never announces anything about her. As far as the people of Sumeru are concerned, she's just a god that exists. And that's all.
Really? Aw. After hearing all of that, Paimon sort of feels bad for Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Ha! But who knows? We're all just guessing when it comes down to it. Besides, I'm sure the God of Wisdom doesn't worry about her reputation among people like us.
All right. Well, thanks for the info, Osfond.
No problem. Always happy to help out the Adventurers Guild.
Seems Osfond was right about most people's attitudes here. Not only are they not interested in the Dendro Archon, they even say stuff like, if the Akasha doesn't think I should know, then I don't need to know about it. We've been asking for information non-stop ever since we got to Sumeru. But the harder we try, the more helpless everything seems. Isn't there at least one person in this entire city who cares about Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Oh, you two are interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Huh? Who are you?
From the sound of it, you two are Outlanders who recently arrived here. You've been asking around for information on Lesser Lord Kusanali, right? Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Dunyarzad, one of Lesser Lord Kusanali's faithful followers.
Whoa, really? Then do you know how we can meet with her?
I'm afraid I can't help you with that. But your conversation earlier did happen to remind me of a legend about the Dendro Archon. Sure. It goes like this. Long, long ago, there was a man who heard a prophecy. It predicted that a great calamity was about to befall him. Panicked by what he heard, the man sought out the Dendro Archon in hopes that she would bless him with the wisdom to help him escape his predicament. The man journeyed across deserts and through rainforests and experienced tribulations of every kind. However, he still couldn't find any trace of the Dendro Archon. In despair, he thought, alas, the Archon has abandoned me. He then had no choice but to sorrowfully resign to his fate.
Okay, and then what happened?
And then, the calamity came. But to his own surprise, the man felt somehow emboldened by the trials of his journey. By relying on his own strength, he managed to overcome the adversity. At that moment, a bird perched upon his shoulder. This bird was, in fact, an avatar of the Dendro Archon. She said, "O Archon Seeker, do you now understand? She and her wisdom have long been found by you. Along your journey, we were in every flower and blade of grass, every ray of sparkling sun, and every breath of dancing wind. So long as you continue to think and ponder, we'll be wherever you go."
Yeah, thanks for the story! Paimon feels all warm and fuzzy inside after that.
In a way, it seems like this story is also one of the Dendro Archon's avatars.
Dunyarzad, since you worship Lesser Lord Kusanali, can you tell us anything else about her?
Of course. So did you two know that, I'm terribly sorry, but it seems something's come up now. Let's chat another day.
Kabur kah? Oh, kenapa? Oh, itu.
Hey, wait! What the heck just happened? It looks like they're searching for someone. acting super nervous just now. You think they're looking for her? Ugh, this stinks! We finally managed to find a lead about Lesser Lord Kusanali! We can't let them get in the way now! Let's see if we can get rid of them. Then we can catch up with Dunyarzad!
Hey, have you two seen a brown-haired girl wearing a purple top and a long blue dress? We're looking for her.
Did she have bandages wrapped around her wrists?
Yes, that's her. Did you see which direction she went?
Yeah, she went that way.
Quick, after her!
Goblok.
That should keep him busy for a while. Let's hurry and find Dunyarzad.
Mobile di bagian Paimon aja.
There you are, Dunyarzad. We thought you might have been long gone by now.
Oh, it's you two. Oh, you startled me there.
You can relax now. We threw those people looking for you off the trail.
Really? Thank you so much. Unfortunately, I believe there's still more of them out there looking for me. Uh-oh, looks like there's some coming this way.
Huh? More of them? Then what are we standing here for? Run!
No, wait, my body isn't in the best shape. It's difficult for me to run. Okay, sounds good. There's a tavern on the other side of the port we can go to. They probably wouldn't expect me to hide in a place like that.
All right, let's move out. Stay behind us. We'll keep an eye.
Ah, udahan aku deh.
We made it. Oh, they shouldn't be able to find us now. Wait, stand down, Dia.
Wih, deh ya, Cok.
My lady, who are these two?
They're travelers that I met on the street just a moment ago. They happened to notice that you were all searching for me, so they helped me hide.
I see. In that case, you two should scram. There's nothing here for you.
Wait a sec. Who the heck are you? And why are you shooing us away?
I'm Miss Dunyarzad's bodyguard, here to see that she returns home safe and sound. My lady, let's get going. You've been gone for so long that your parents are worrying themselves sick.
And if I refuse to go with you?
It'd be easier for the both of us if you cooperated. But if you insist on not going, then I'll have to carry you like a sack of potatoes.
Hey! Dunyarzad already said she doesn't want to go back. Why are you still pushing her?
Deh, rasa coklat, Bang.
Stay out of this. You don't understand the situation.
Cakep, Cok, tapi terlalu terbuka anjir.
Sorry, my lady.
Kayak kucing,
Even
emang
though
kucing ya?
I'm your bodyguard, your parents are my employers. I have to answer to them.
How much?
Wait, what?
How much more do I have to pay you to become your employer? So you never listen to my parents ever again. Double? A triple? Give me some time and I'll get that much.
My lady, this isn't about Mora. I don't know what you think of us Eremites, but let me say this. I like Mora, but I'll never go against my principles. That's why I'm here looking for you. Sure, it's an order from my employer, but my conscience was also telling me it's the right thing to do. And knowing your health, carelessly running around like this is gonna hurt ya. For the sake of those who love you, don't be stubborn.
No, you're wrong. I'm aware of my limits and I know what I'm doing. Honestly, the only people being stubborn right now are my parents. And I know perfectly well that it makes no difference if I'm at home or not. I still won't accept reality. And every time I bring this up, they just change the subject. Dia, you've been living with us a long time already. This should be old news to you. Dia, I know it hasn't been easy for Mother and Father, and I'm grateful for everything they've done for me. But there's someone else in this world I'm also grateful to, because she saved me. The love I have for her is the same I have for my parents. This is my life and my last chance. So I want to do something meaningful.
My lady, are you sure what you're doing now is meaningful?
Yes, I'm sure. At least, it is to me.
Fine, I won't ask you to return home anymore. But let me make something very clear. I'm only doing this because I respect your determination, not because I agree with you.
Thank you, Dia. Sorry for being so rude just now. My nerves were acting up. And I even brought up your payment in such an offensive way.
Don't worry about it, my lady. I did say that I like Mora. Besides, that's our next topic of conversation. Today's little excursion caused such a ruckus that every single bodyguard at the estate was deployed. It wouldn't be easy to hide things from your old man. Since this definitely won't be your last escapade, here's a little tip. You should at least make it look like your room and things are still in order when you leave. Also, you'll need someone to cover you for when you're out and about. So, I'll let you hire me, my lady. This way, everyone wins. As for the pay, let's say half of what your father pays me. We can settle the bill when we return to the estate.
Okay, deal.
Yay! Looks like they've reached an understanding.
I'm fine, really. I just feel a little tired now that things have calmed down.
My lady, stop trying to look tough. We're already in a tavern, so let's rest up and grab some grub.
I'm sorry for worrying you two. If you don't mind, I'd like for you to join us.
Sure! After you rest up, we want to hear more about Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Udahan dulu deh. Aku capek, Cok. Thank you. Masih ya, coy. Nanti streamingnya kapan ya? Kapan-kapan deh. Gue nggak tahu, nggak di jadwal streaming gue. Thank you banget ini mah udah nonton. Bye bye.